All right, quadratic formula. Opposite of b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And that division is over or under everything there. That's something to be careful of. All right, so this is just about using that formula very precisely. Precision is important. We definitely don't want to get, through pre-calc into AP Calc and be making little errors. We want to be precise with our math. All right, so x equals, since my b is positive, I'm going to do negative 4 plus or minus square root of 4 squared minus 4. A is 1, b is 8, all over 2 times a, which is 1. And now we math. So 4 squared is 16, so under my square root, I have 16 there. 4 times 8 is 32. So under my square root, I have 16 minus 32, which is just negative 16. I'm not trying to really, destroy you with these problems. Just want to make sure that you can do quadratic formula precisely and reliably. I'm going to break this down into the negative 1 and the 16. Square root of negative 1 is I. Square root of 16 is 4. So that's going to replace that whole square root of negative 16. And then remember, when you're simplifying from here, you need to divide both places. So break up, you got to divide the negative 4 and the 4i by the 2. You can show that for yourself to make sure you're doing it correctly by factoring out the 2. You've probably never written so many 2's in your life. Or you can break up the fraction over that common denominator, which I like as well. But make sure whatever you do, you're dividing both places. That's the most important part. Cancel those 2's or divide. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. 4i divided by 2 is 2i. That's what x is equal to. Quadratic formula is important because it's one of the 2 ways that you can solve a quadratic no matter what. Factoring is wonderful, and it's a really great skill, but it doesn't work in every situation. All right, number 7. Here our b is negative, so when I do the opposite of b, I'm going to put a positive 4 there. B squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. So 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 squared is also 16. So don't overthink it. Square the negative is positive. Square the 4 is 16. 4 times 6 is 24. So under my square root, I have 16 minus 24. That's going to give me a negative 8. And in the denominator, I have that 12. I'm going to break down that negative 8 to negative 1 and 8. So the square root of negative 1 is I. The 8 I can break down. The biggest square root that goes into 8 is 4. So I have really square root of 4 and square root of 2 there. Square root of 4 we can do. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 2's got to stay. I don't care what order you write that in. That's just a little mini multiplication problem. So you can write it 2 radical 2i. Just make sure that your I does not look like it's under your radical. So there's our non-simplified version. At this point now, we just can either do the one of the 2 steps we did on the last problem. You can factor out a 2 on top and cancel it with a 2 that you factor out from the denominator. You can break it up into 2 fractions. Either way, pick which way you like, or you can think through, I just need to divide every one of these by 2. That's the number that we can take out. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And that's your final answer. Just make sure you're taking that 2 out of each 3 of those places. And that is quadratic formula review for you.